And here to help us understand just what an executive order is and the extent of its power in this segment of What Are Your Rights, Attorney Paul Harding from Martin, Harding & Mazzotti joins us. And Paul, good to have you with us. Boy, you can't get more topical than this.
Happening live, yeah.
And let's talk about that. How would you explain simply what an executive order is?
Yeah, it's an order by the president. It has the same weight and same force as a law, but the legislature doesn't weigh in, doesn't approve it, and they can't overturn it. So it happens in times often when the president and Congress are not in lockstep, and the president wants to get something passed and doesn't think he's going to, or he or she are going to, and then does the executive order.
Well, he's got this mechanism out there, but how is it that he can unilaterally bypass Congress?
Well, he's got a great source of that power in the U.S. Constitution. It gave executive orders right from the get-go. President Washington used it extensively in his first 2 terms as president. So he's got solid ground to do it, never popular. And then, of course, you got the legislature nipping at your heels, you know, as they are here.
Yeah, and I think that's the big question for everybody. Why is it that these are so controversial?
Yeah.
It seems as if it's probably just because one man then is sort of taking control.
It sure feels that way. You know, we live in this, the greatest democracy of the world, and we all acknowledge that. But when we have a situation where one person, the President of the United States, can make a decision and make that law, it just feels uncomfortable. Now, albeit it's the person we've elected President of the United States, but you've got a situation where I think some big landmark decisions have happened and laws have happened through executive order. Desegregation of schools, and most recently with the waterboarding being declared unconstitutional. And so it's an important piece, but it certainly brings up energy amongst the general population.
Okay, all of that for sure. And it, as we said, I mean, it does seem as if there's this is, it may not even be the intention, but that Congress is bypassed in this process. And as a result of that, are there any checks or balances there to sort of keep things in some state of check?
Yeah, because we need to know that the government someone just can't run wild. Of course, there's limited terms for president, but you have a scenario whereby the next sitting president can overturn the executive order, right? Then the legislature, as we see here, can then kind of put a little pressure on them, and they can pass a law or tie something to a spending bill, and then sort of get the president to retract what he's doing. But the president has to sign that bill. In this case, it looks like he's not going to.
Yeah.
So, and then the last thing and the most powerful thing is the judiciary. They view every law and they view every executive order as to whether it's unconstitutional or not. So that's the real check and balance here, but we'll have to see how this unfolds.
All right, well, we appreciate your insight.
Thanks,
That's
Liz.
very helpful, I think, to a lot of people who have watched these executive orders become more and more in play.
Yeah, we'll probably see more as the year progresses.
All right, Paul, thank you.